This morning I visited a couple of grocery stores in search of hash browns as I have been craving for them lately for my morning binge. And with utter disappointment, I could not get them. But then somehow I figured out that I can make hash browns right under my kitchen with the help of just two ingredients. Yes, you heard me right. It's just two ingredients. You just require a couple of potatoes and a bit of mashed onions. So in this video, I'm gonna teach you guys the perfect way to make a hash brown right under your kitchen, and you really don't need to visit a market to get a ready-made hash brown. And trust me, it tastes much better than the ready-made or the frozen ones which you get it from the market. I kind of found it very addicting. So without any further details, let's get into this. So obviously you're gonna start off with peeling a potato. You can choose any kind of potato like a white potato or maybe a red waxy potato, or even you can use a sweet potato. I'm gonna use a white potato since it has a bit of starch and it also yields a good creamy texture, so which I want in my hash brown. So that's why I'm gonna take the white potato. You can choose like a couple of them or maybe three as per your serving size, but it has to be big because it usually shrinks up when you fry them up in the fryer. So once that's done, I'm immediately going to take my potatoes and start grating them using a grater right directly into this bowl filled with icy water. The reason why I'm doing that is so that they don't end up oxidizing, as oxidizing will just destroy our potatoes and its texture as well, which you really don't want. Now you can see how they have started to leave starch inside the water and how it has turned milky. This is where you're going right. Now go ahead and take out your potatoes from the water and put it on the kitchen cloth. The kitchen cloth will help in soak out all the water from the potatoes. You want to really spread out the potatoes equally over the cloth, and you want to make sure that they are all dry and moisture free. You can even smoosh your potatoes so that it can remove as much as water it can. You really want it as much as dry you can. Leave them about for 5 to 10 minutes and then I think you should be good by that time. Now once it's nice and dry, you're gonna take them off the cloth and add them into a new bowl where you're gonna add the rest of the ingredients in order to make the batter of the hash browns. So to start over, you're gonna crack up an egg which will act as a binding agent to this recipe. You can even use a multi-purpose flour instead, it's really up to you. Then you need some diced onions, salt and pepper as per preference. Then swirl and mix it up together until all the ingredients have blended. Make sure that you don't go too harsh on it, otherwise it will just rip off the potatoes. Now for the best part, I'm gonna add up some cheddar cheese to the batter because it's gonna give a really good flavor to it. It's really optional for you guys, but you can add it if you have it. By this time our batter is ready, and though it's the time to form the shapes for the hash brown, the trick here is really simple. You should take like some of the batter approximately golf ball size and form them into a circular or a rectangular or a square, whichever shape you like, and then put them on a dry plate. And try to assemble them as much as you can in a similar shape and size. At this stage, I'm going to take the hash browns and keep them in a deep freezer for about 10 hours from now. This is to ensure that the hash browns don't end up loosen their shape while they are in the deep fryer.
Approximately 10 hours later.
Okay, now it's time to remove your hash browns and see how they are going. So once you see them, like they're gonna be like quite freezing up, so you have to make sure that you thaw them before frying them up. So you can leave them for about half an hour or so until they become good and ready to go in the fryer. Meanwhile, I have already heated a pan with oil on a medium flame for about 375 Fahrenheit. That's how it's boiling up. So now I'm gonna put the hash browns in the frying pan and press it gently from all the sides so that the oil reaches inside the hash brown. You can see how the hash browns are cooking fine because of the boiling temperature. So you have to make sure that the temperature is high enough for it. Then when you see the edges dark and golden brown, flip it over gently to the other side and let the other side cook for the same amount of time. Now you see how they look nice and crispy with its golden brown texture. This is what an even color is because of the efficient amount of oil and the crispiness. If you skip on the freezing part, I'm sure you're not gonna get that crispy effect. And that is why I had put my hash browns in the deep freezer before frying them up. So now you can leave them aside. Now go ahead and plate them up with whatever you like. I'm just gonna do a sunny side up egg as they make a perfect filling meal. So I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel for more upcoming content.